So now we've learned how to set and get items from local storage. It probably makes sense for us to cover removing items as well as completely clearing all items in our local storage. So what we're going to do is create a constant. This is going to be a function, and we're going to call this remove item. This is then going to be a function which accepts a key and then simply calls a remove under the hood. Now, local storage does not return anything when it has removed. So unlike our get value, where we're calling our get item, we do not really need to return anything. There is no callback either, so we just have to trust that things work. Now, local storage is synchronous, not asynchronous, which means that it essentially blocks the UI as we set and get data as we read and write to the local storage object. Similarly for session storage as well. Inside our remove item, we can then call local storage.remove item and then pass in the key that we want to remove. Now, this is pretty self-explanatory. We can only remove a single key. If you want to remove a list of items, you will need to loop this function. For example, if we wanted to remove 2 particular items from our local storage, we'd have to call remove item and then remove item. Alternatively, we can wipe our entire storage object as well if we like. Now, underneath, what I'm going to do is demonstrate this in a set timeout. So we're then going to call our remove item, remove our cookies, and we're going to do this after 2 seconds. So if we save this out, jump into our application, you can see that that has then disappeared. We can hit refresh, cookies has been set and then removed. So that's how to remove a particular item, and I think this demonstrates it quite nicely. Now, what we'll do to demonstrate this even further is we'll set a value, call it anything you like, and we can say name, doesn't matter what you specify as the actual value. So what we'll do is save this out. You can see that we have true and our name. True is then removed and we have both of these values. Now, what we can do, if we wanted to wipe all of our local storage altogether, we could then create a new function. Now, I like to call this empty because it's a bit more self-explanatory. So what we can say is this is a function, and inside the function, we can say local storage.clear. Empties the list associated with the object of all the key value pairs. So I don't really like this word clear. I kind of prefer the word empty. So this doesn't actually accept any arguments. We just simply call clear straight up. So when we go down, we can call it underneath our new set value, and we'll just demonstrate with another set timeout. We're going to say empty, and we could do this after 4 seconds. So let's save this out. We can see cookies, that's then removed. We then have both the values, which will be removed after 4 seconds. So there's a 2-second gap between them. We've then demonstrated the difference between removing a single item and emptying the local storage altogether. So it's completely up to you, but now you know pretty much all the APIs that you need to be pretty productive with local storage. And just to reiterate, any of these local storage APIs, because we are inheriting from that storage object, all of these APIs are identical for our session storage. However, our session storage, remember, gets blown away as soon as we close the browser tab. That's it for this lesson. What we're going to do in the next one is continue building out our example, but what I want to do is start to move these methods into a single object. So we're going to start to create our own web storage utility.